Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a fun stitch in store for you for Making It Monday. I am going to teach you guys how to knit this diagonal stripes pattern. This is a scrappy project I'm working on right now. Just like I said, various stripes, and I changed colors some in it. Did some stripes, did some solid patches. Real easy. It's all worked up using garter stitch or just plain knit stitch, which is nice. There's no purling. Yay! The only thing you will need to know how to do other than just garter stitch is a KFB, which is knit front and back, and a knit two together. But I've demonstrated those already in previous videos, but I'll also show you again real quick as we go along. But yeah, isn't that pretty? I'm making these 6-inch wide strips. And then I'm going to join them together to make a blanket, I think. If it all works out correctly, it should end up looking like a chevron pattern because the way I'm going to lay them, the stripes will go the opposite direction. So I'm pretty excited. I'll post pictures once I get that done. It'll probably take me a year to get a blanket done, but we shall see. So go ahead and grab your hooks or your needles, pardon me. I get my crochet and knitting terminology mixed up all the time, and I've been doing it long enough you'd think I'd know the difference, but your needles and some yarn, and you're going to start by casting on 4 stitches. So just a long tail cast on, don't need too long of a tail because it's only 4 stitches. And row 1, the first row, all you do is knit. So you're just going to knit all 4 stitches, easy peasy lemon squeezy. And I have my little desktop fan blowing here, so I hope that it's not creating a bunch of background noise for you guys because it's really hot in my office. Got 2 outside facing walls, and when the sun hits the side of the house in the afternoon, it gets hot. Okay, so we knitted our first row 4 stitches. Second row, and this is just for the second row, you'll do this. You're going to knit 1 KFB, so you knit through the front of the stitch. Don't take it off, turn your needle around and knit through the back. So now you have 2 stitches where there was 1. And you're just going to knit the last 2 as normal, and if you like, you can yarn in front and slip the last stitch, and that'll create a nice chain edge up your side. But if you want to just knit it, go ahead and knit it, it's your project. Now for this third row and all increase rows, you're going to do this. You're going to knit 2, so knit 1, knit 2, and now you're going to do your KFB in that third stitch. So knit front and back and knit the last stitches. So that is how you increase. I'll show you one more time. Knit front, let's see, knit 2, then KFB. So you always do your KFB in the third stitch other than the second row because you don't have enough stitches to do it, right? So that's 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'll go ahead and pause it here, and then I will come back when I have, let's say, 12 stitches across on my needle. So hang tight and I'll be right back with you. You guys keep working on your projects and we'll meet up in a moment. Okay guys, I am back. So I have increased to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 stitches. So as you can see, it's starting to form a little bit of a triangle here. And now I want to start my stripe pattern. So I'm going to grab this white yarn, and to change colors, you just stick your needle in like you're going to start knitting. And you can make a slip knot on your next color if you want to. Usually I just drape it over like so, leaving a little bit of a tail, maybe about 6 inches or so. And you're going to continue your pattern. You're going, make sure I'm working with the skein of yarn and not the tail here. So you do your pattern, so knit 2, KFB, and knit to the end. And I'm still going to slip that last stitch. Okay, and something you can do too if you get something like this where your stitches are almost coming out, you can take your 2 tails, or your blue yarn here and your tail of your white, and you can just tie kind of one little bit loose overhanded knot, and that just secures it and keeps it from falling off or stretching out too much. Okay, and then one row is forward and back, so we have to finish out. So again, we're just gonna knit to KFB and knit to the end. Like I said, it gets kind of loose a little bit, but you can fix it. Okay, and so now I want to, instead of cutting your colors every time, you can just leave one. Let me get my work untangled here. Okay, so you can put one to the side, one on the floor, or whatever, just separate them out. And then I'm going to pick this blue up from the back, and I'll always pick the white up from the front, and that just keeps them from getting twisted. So again, we're just going to pick it up and do our increase row, and I will meet you guys here at the end. Okay guys, I made it to the end, so I'm just doing my row back with the blue, and then I'll change to white again. Same process, forwards and back. And then this next row, I will start showing you guys how to do your decreases and increases so that your work grows height-wise but not width-wise, if that makes any sense. Okay, so let me put this down out of the way for a minute. So let me get my work here. This is one of the pieces or panels I'm working on for my blanket I'm making. So as you can see here, let me flip it this way so it's mirror imaged, I guess. So on this side, you see how it's lower on this side and higher up here. So what happens is we're doing a decrease at the beginning instead of an increase. So we'll knit two together, and then knit to the end. But when you turn your work to knit back, that's when we're gonna do the increase. So essentially it becomes a 2-row repeat from here. But if you wanted to make something like a square, you would just increase until it's as wide as you want, and then all you would do is decrease. But if you're making diagonal or kind of slanted stripes like this, you'll have to do a decrease on one side and the increase on the other. So you'll alternate those two. So let me get my work back here. And so here we are, and we're back at the beginning. Both my yarn tails here are on the same side. So I'm going to pick up the white and work with the white this time. So let me show you how to decrease. So you're going to knit 1, knit 2. So instead of doing your KFB, you're going to knit 2 together. So you just go into both of these next 2 stitches like they're one and knit. And then this is where your stitch marker will come in handy. I like to put it on the side that I'm decreasing, so that when I get to this and I see, oh, this is on the right hand side, then I know that that's a decrease row. So I'm going to go ahead and knit to the end here. And now when we turn our work to work back, I don't have my pin over here or my clip, so I know this is going to be an increase row. So we're going to increase just like we have been before. So you're going to knit 2, then you're going to KFB and knit to the end. And now I'm going to drop my white yarn because it's time to pick up my blue again. And I'm going to do my blue from the back. And again, we're on a side where we see our clip marker here, so we know this is a decrease row. So these stitch markers are really handy. If you don't have any, you can always use a paper clip, break off a piece of yarn in a different color and just kind of loop it through there. That way you know that's your decrease side. Whoops, and see, here I am trying to do my increase. So let me go back here. So I knit 2, then I knit 2 together. And it's easy to get in a rhythm of doing your increases, so don't forget to do your decreases on your decrease side. So go ahead and knit till the end, and I'll meet up with you guys in a minute. Okay guys, I'm back, and so I've knitted to the end here, and now we're on an increase side, so we're just going to increase like normal and knit all the way to the end. And that is how you do the diagonal stripes pattern. And we'll continue. So say we've gotten a whole lot longer than what we've got. I'm not going to sit here and make you guys watch me knit, but obviously you're going to want to knit it a little bit longer than that if you're making like a rectangle or rectangle. You want it to be wider, but I'm going to go ahead and show you how to start making your decrease so that you'll get back up to a point. So let's go ahead and get started on that. And I'm not going to switch colors again. You guys get the idea, I'm sure, on how to switch colors at this point. So we're just going to decrease at the beginning of every row and said no more increasing. So knit 2 together, and knit to the end. And then turn your work, and again we're going to decrease at the beginning of every row, and eventually you guys will be left with like 4 stitches left, and then that's when you want to cast off. So just keep knitting to the end of the row. But I think this looks really cool when you do stripes through the whole thing. Like I've done a few sections on this one. You can see where I did like a gray and a red, and I just changed color every row. I just think that looks really nice. And if you make like magic balls of yarn, you know, where you tie little bits and pieces, you can come up with some really pretty combinations. So I like that look a lot. You have to watch though, because sometimes you'll end up with twists and tangles in your yarn like that. Okay, so again, just decrease at the beginning, knit 2 together, knit to the end. So go ahead and repeat that process until you guys get down to 4 stitches, and then bind off your work, and it will look like that. I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. It does help me out a lot. It gets my name out there so people can recognize boho stitchery and things. And I hope these videos are helpful. If there's anything you guys want me to demonstrate, please comment below. And we will see you guys next week for another Making It Monday.